And the next best score is 270.
Well, if we're just going to be beating up on it, we'll see if there's anything that they can do to maybe step it up going forward. But let's get back a little bit as we get into the drop, talk about our favorite teams looking for, a higher finish than they had last time, because we expected, I think, a lot more Tide teams to really finish higher in this first. But it's 5 games. We've got so many more to play. We have to wait a little while to see what's actually going to happen with all of that, if they're going to be able to take the comeback.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think there's going to be a point in time during this series where we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tide team. I wouldn't be surprised. Because this is their meta. This is the Tide meta. The Tide teams are your defensive, long, drawn-out teams. They like to move into the play zone as fast as possible, stay inside a house, wait for you to come towards them, and then they strike and kill you.
Yeah, and like you called it earlier on, we didn't see a single one of those crossbow grenades once again. Things have really shifted up big time and is really all about playing it a little more defensive, finding yourself those fortifications. And, honestly, early game, just all about that loot. So everyone dropping down. The majority of the teams are actually going west of the river right now, although a couple of them are hanging up towards the top side, while there's a lot that are actually heading in the vicinity of Rust Bay. And as you can expect, of course, we see the always drop up towards Observatory happening for a couple of those teams too.
Hey, that's a lot of teams at the Pirate team territory. 3 teams to be precise. One of them being Pirate team. Pirate team are going for their typical split. You can see that single solo number 2 player already moving down towards training base. That could come back and bite them a little bit. And we do know that ECO Gaming like to drop up there with a similar split. 3 members towards the north of Observatory. 1 member on the training island training base.
Now, we're going to get eyes first on WAFFF here as they're moving around inside the Jeep, and it looks like they're actually heading their way up to Chemical Depot to kick things off early on. But this kind of smacks a little bit of what we saw last time, where they just tried to find a house quickly. Maybe what they were really trying to do was actually get into one that was empty and just committed when they found out that there was somebody already occupying it.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, it's uncommon to see more than one team actually go towards the Observatory and contest Pirate team, because as much as they, 8 positions there, stop shooting your own teammate, pow pow, doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
As much as they got 8th place in the last map, Pirate team are a very strong skirmishing team, and they know the Observatory inside and out. Like, there's no team that knows the Observatory better than Pirate team does.
Well, looks like some of these other teams are going to try and challenge them for it. So, Rennie Sports, Pow Pow, now they're inside that convoy trying to move their way just along the outskirts of the Observatory, really, not actually going straight into it, seeing if they can find a little better point of ingress. Of course, looks like Chim Chim already inside. Back over at Echo Valley. That's pretty good.
Is that right?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I just liked it.
First time I've actually seen Chim Chim play. Remember, I missed quite a few weeks of the Southeast Asian Regional Clash, so I haven't been completely up to date with some of these teams. But the points.
Hey man, it's my first day, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah, the points kind of tally up how I expected these teams to go. I'm really surprised by Gao team from Vietnam. We don't see Vietnam play today. We want to talk about them. They're a team that came in, 400 points in the first day, 225 on the third, and then 320. And I was like, this team sucks. They're the weak link from Vietnam, and there's always a weak link from Vietnam. I mean, last regional clash, only 4 teams qualified, for example. But Gao team in the last series got 855 points. And I saw that they were in the top 5 highlights over and over again with outplays back and forth. Tomorrow we get to see them play. I'm excited to watch them to see what the heck changed since I've been gone.
If there's a weak link, there's always going to be a strong chain as well. And it looks like that's probably going to be Gao team. So we'll pick up that one, of course, tomorrow. But for the time being, back into this, it's still one of those quiet starts. We actually haven't lost a single person this time 4 minutes into the game.
Expected. The way that the Southeast Asian teams work is if you get into an early firefight, you get into a very long, drawn-out siege where they're just going to, hide behind walls, just sit there, relax, wait for the first person to peek. And when you have so many people waiting for the first person to peek, nobody's going to peek. So it just becomes a very frustrating skirmish to watch.
Well, that's what the green zone is for, fortunately, because eventually it will correct everything.
But that only corrects things at 15, 16, 20 minutes into the map, because until then it does absolutely no damage, and it's the last thing that NetEase needs to fix. We fixed the crossbows, we fixed the trucks, we just need that damn green zone to deal damage, because once it does damage, we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. But right now it does absolutely nothing. It just tickles. So please tell me in Facebook chat that green zone is your favorite weapon, your favorite gun, because
Are you gonna give people diamonds for that?
if I could, I would.
There you go. All right, so this rant brought to you by Facebook Gaming.
God damn stupid green zone.
Well, tell me how you really feel.
We're getting an actual fight here. Tina
Yeah.
Pei going up against SEO Gaming.
Oh, I don't know. A lot of teams that face off against Ezio Gaming usually don't come off that well. Justice takes some serious damage, though. Looks like we've got the down already happening. Tina Pei's going to hop back inside the house, avoid the firecracker. Oh, boy. All right, so Raynell hanging around the outskirts once again. Why do so many teams take on Ezio Gaming? This time it's actually starting to work out. There's actually a couple of members down.
Yeah, 2 members down. Brennan Esports looking to try and push the issue here. Maya, yes, already down. Rid's the only person on the outskirts looking for him, but he gets hit by a grenade, down to half health.
Oh, Rids has to be careful. He needs to sidestep away from there right now. Otherwise, he's in danger of being downed himself. Gets the heal back up, and he does not get clipped by the grenade. Major luck there for Ezio. Or maybe just better positioning.
Tina Pei is also on top for Brennan Esports, looking down. Pow Pow pushing forward.
Trying to make that collapse happen. Rids here. He's in a little trouble, but so is Tina Pei. And it looks like Rids is going to get down, but he is not out just yet. Pow Pow on a sliver of health. And now Zeldrin's coming up around the top side, trying to get the final fight off. Ezio
got them
Gaming,
all.
they're going to be out of this one.
So SEO Gaming are going to lose 3 of their 4 members. Gone, just like that. They are a team that split up very early on to get the best out of their early game looting. And because they're a team that splits up very early on, they have lost 3 of their players, because Brennan Esports had 4 players going into that siege and played the siege fairly well, getting a couple of downs. And as soon as they got a couple of downs, they rushed as a team. Nobody could execute them, like we saw happen to SEO Gaming in the last map when they got a team wipe against Baby. They lost one of their players due to a martyrdom, where they rushed a player incorrectly, and he, you know, sook the right word? Sought vengeance is the right word.
Yeah.
In that case, played very well by Brennan Esports. After getting a couple of downs, pushed as a team. Nothing ECO Game could do. Outnumbered, outgunned, and
Outplayed.
Really well played.
Yeah. Ezio Gaming, honestly, looking really strong in the first game of this series. Right now, they find themselves with an early exit, or just about. And maybe if there's going to be some kind of miracle comeback, we've seen, you know, one player clutches happen probably a little bit more than we could have expected today across, you know, both the NA Cup and the SEA Regional Clash. But I don't know if that's going to happen this time. Slightly different meta here in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, the meta is sit back, relax. Nothing's going to happen until 23 minutes.
And if you're forced to play with one guy, well, I guess you can find yourself in a good spot, but you do not have any allies to count on. Now, we've been watching Baby for a little while here as they've been holed up in this cabin not too far from Windcliff, and it looks like they actually decide, okay, that's enough looting. There's not a lot going on here. We want to actually take a little trip. Everybody hop in the car. I got the keys. Let's go.
Yep.
Looks like they're heading up towards thermal power, but staying on the road for the time being. And I'm not sure what the goal here is. If they just want to try and find a better loot spot, try to find a better place to hold up. There is a lot of space inside this circle, as we're still only 8 minutes on the clock right now, and it looks like they are going to run into another team here.
Ooh, knocked down.
They do get one knockdown. Baby's going to lose 1 member already.
His team tag is Baby, and his name is Maker. I see what he's done. That EVI Lord is going to go down. There's no driver of that vehicle.
Oh, boy. That's
it's
a
a
little
ghost
problem.
car.
You got to get out of there. I have issue. He's just sitting target.
Shooting.
He's just a turret right now. Nobody's hitting him, though. That's
He's got
crazy.
him.
Oh, my goodness. He got Twinter down.
What are you doing?
All right. Well, Baby had a... I guess you just don't let Baby drive.
What are any of them doing? He's just like, well, he's, you know, shooting at me, and I don't have a gun in my car, so why don't I drive directly towards him and just die?
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what happened.
I want to cry.
Can you analyze that a little further?
Yeah, so Baby played that one pathetically.
Okay, that's your professional analysis.
That's my professional analysis,
right.
is that they...
All right, you know what? We'll case closed on this one. We'll move on to the next teams.
They got a kill, and then instead of following up very smartly, they knocked one player out of the car, and instead of following up and playing it smart, they got a little bit reckless, ran headfirst into the squad, without any tactical decision.
Yeah.
And just got taken out because they were out in the open and
So
didn't have the firepower.
BDS playing a little bit better on that one. And, once again, we're talking about all of these Philippine teams actually really starting to step up big. And that was one of the ones that, was kind of outside of that circle of some of the stronger placed teams the previous time. Maybe BDS will fare a little bit better in this one. Taking a look at Pirate Team, though. They're moving around in this truck. It looks like they hadn't made any substitutions between round. We still have Jackie in that lineup. Still has one of their starters here. Inside the monster truck they go, though, instead, and actually head over to Echo Valley. Might run into AL, though. Let's see if they spot him out. Just taking a couple of shots, so now they're aware.
I think they spotted them out. That truck is on fire, so they're going to ditch that vehicle, get in towards one of the second-story compounds.
This is a chance for AL to kind of redeem themselves a little bit from what you were talking about before the match started, how they have been such a lower-placed team. If they can get a couple of members of Pirate Team down here, that would definitely give them some credit.
Yeah,
Let's see if they're able to make it happen.
Hopeful young Padawan. I don't think we're going to see AO redeem themselves today. Jackie and crew have already found themselves inside one of the one of the warehouses. Now, they don't know that Ryong has taken up shop inside one of the small houses. They only saw the monster truck go towards the back end of that warehouse, so they might think that all the players are there. Nobody actually holding the roof for the side of AL, so very curious. Roger's actually sneaking out, looking to try and see if he can find a shot on towards that roof.
And this is the information game, right? This is what Pirate Team, generally a stronger team is going to know that, going to have better positional awareness. But if you can trick out your opponent, especially one that has a track record of falling for that type of thing, you can definitely start to step it up a little bit. So we'll see if AL actually do buy into this trick, as it looks like they have already. So Pirate Team, a couple members inside the house here. And now we also see, not the only team that has joined the fray in here. We're going to move things over a little bit closer to Bitter Lake. Yeah, Call Me already here. Superman going to hop out the truck. Rest of the team a little better than Bruise, but they're still in one piece. And now it looks like we're going to be in for a good old-fashioned house standoff.
Yeah, World Clubs already saw them. They already had position inside the apartment just across from that compound, so they already know that they've rolled up to this location. They'll have the upper hand trying to defend it. But will they, though?
Will club.
Will they club? I want to see them club.
Maybe.
Just it's clubbing time. Let's go.
Like, what kind of clubbing are we talking about? Is this like, are we talking about like staying out till like 3 in the morning? Or are you talking baby seals?
I think both.
Okay, well, that's a weird combination.
Why not? I mean, just grab a club and go to the nightclub.
With the baby seal.
Yeah, we can leave the baby seal out. You know, club works on its own. You don't need to.
Yeah, it's true. You kind of have to be 18 plus, I imagine. Baby seal is definitely not going to meet that requirement.
Yeah, so just smack them.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, but now that you have.
Smack them! Now that we've gone there.
And speaking of, we're full circle, because that's exactly what we're hoping here is going to happen with Will Club.
They're going to smack him?
Well, they're going to try, certainly. I mean, they're still holed up here on the opposite side. Laser Pro going to be trying to get a sight. And nobody's really peeking at the time, for the time being. So Triple X up towards the top. Maybe this is going to change things just a little bit, but he doesn't really take a whole lot of damage here.
Nope.
So we're just in a pretty big hold off for the time being. And since this is well within the circle, this could last a while.
Could take some time. And they're still watching each other. And this is the Southeast Asia mid-game. We're going to see a couple of skirmishes in 2 to 3 minutes here, Pyra.
Yeah, you've got the timer, of course. You can always just take a look in that bottom left, just above the mini-map of the first-person view. That is about when things start. Once Play Zone 3 starts to come into place, everybody gets a little bit antsy, and you start to see a couple of those firefights. But it is always a lot more of these controlled ones. It's always one team on one team, maybe a third player getting involved, but that's about it. We don't see these crazy big, everybody's out in the open, and all of a sudden it's a free-for-all. No. Even though it's called a Battle Royale game, sometimes it is just team on team.
Yep. You see,
ooh, okay.
Laser Pro getting knocked down.
Yep. That was a bit of an unlucky peak for him. Bad timing. And it seemed like there wasn't going to be a whole lot of movement out of Will Club, but it turns out that they were just waiting and baiting.
Still holding on, but meanwhile, it's going to be AL going up against Pirate Team. Baby Borneo's down, so is Mansum.
All right. Well, this is kind of what we had to expect for the time being, although Mansum, as he's come back into this game, he's going to be able to pretty easily revive. Ryang's going to throw out a grenade for cover. Chicken grenade. Let's see if he finds the right angle for it. 2 down, though. Oh! And it looks like it was just Baby Borneo. And
Roger,
Black. No, he got the double
able
kill.
To get it. So Roger was able to rotate around and get the kill for the side of Pirate Team. So only one player is down at the moment, and just like that, AL are eliminated again.
And this is what we were expecting, right?
Again.
AL, they allowed Pirate Team to rotate around them, get into an advantageous position. They bought into the mind game that the truck was going to be carrying them somewhere differently, and they didn't realize it. A little unfortunate for AL, but yeah, they're out of this one.
Again. It's just every single map
Chim Chim.
I get to watch, they just always get knocked down so early on. And it's just frustrating because they keep making the wrong tactical choice. They had the correct idea to force the siege against Pirate Team and blow up their truck, but they shouldn't have left the compound where they had the high ground, the defender's advantage.
Well, we're going to have to move back to our other field battle.
I
where,
am upset.
I know you are, Fish, but the victor takes the spoils, and it's Pirate Team that took that area. But meanwhile, back over here, it looks like Pirate Team are actually trying to hunt around for the last remaining member of AL. It's going to be Chim Chim hold up there for the time being. So maybe, just maybe, AL can sneak a few extra points out of it.
I don't think he's an AL.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, AL are dead.
No, I was wrong. My bad.
AL all dead.
There is no hope.
Dead.
I gave false hope.
Where's this Chim Chim man?
Oh, boy. I thought they still had one extra member.
Nope,
but
all
math is
dead.
a little bit off. Anyways, let's take a look back in with Call Me and their standoff that's going over here a little bit closer to Bitter Lake. Trying to find a couple of spots out in the open. It looks like Nara has joined this fight as well. Khaleesi does toss a chicken grenade up towards the top side, and Ian Miguel actually just point blank comes right out in the middle, and we've got a little fight inside the house here, and it looks like Khaleesi is going to get one cap popped off, and meanwhile everyone's funneling in. Khaleesi, that's a 3K! Hello!
Have a dragon on me, Khaleesi, because that was fantastic for Nara.
Well done. And Nara, they were a team that kind of went in guns a-blazing the last time around, and they got nothing but a face full of bullets for their troubles. This time, they're actually able to clean up a little bit, and that is one of the biggest points of action we've seen in this game.
Good defense coming out. I say it's a defense coming out from Khaleesi, but technically they were the team that was sieging.
Hey, the best defense is a good offense. So it still counts. By that logic.
I don't know why Ian Miguel or the rest of Wilcoms decided to rush down
He
that
just
staircase.
opened the door, man.
Just stay on the second floor. You have the staircase to work with.
I don't think they knew Nara were there.
There's so many ways to defend this staircase. Fantastic. Look where Khaleesi is now. That's how you defend this staircase. It's very difficult to wedge a grenade up there. You have the third-person perspective, and you can all rush out when you have to choke. Just sit there and be bloody patient.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about. We waited for the timer to tick over to 15, and all of a sudden a switch got flipped, and it's Southeast Asia. They're going to want to fight at the 15-minute mark.
And
so
guess what? We're at 17 minutes.
I know. So maybe they were trying to hold it in, and then all the aggression came through, and Ian Miguel just said, "Screw it, I'm going downstairs. I'm going to force the fight."
But now that we're at 15 minutes, Pyra, this means that we're going to sit here and do nothing.
I see.
Yeah, this is happening.
We got Khaleesi cam.
Yeah, get him, Khaleesi.
All right, so Call Me continuing to hold on the bottom floor, and Nara up towards the top. And it looks like Call Me actually might want to get out of here. They've picked back up into their monster truck, and they're backing out.
See you, mate.
All right. I guess let's do this again next week.
And they're gone.
So just like that, Nara have complete control of the house once more. And what could have been a tough situation, Call Me decided to have them be called later.
So Nara will pick up all the spoils of war inside that compound. Loot up as much as possible.
Yeah, there's quite a lot left over from the remaining bodies of everybody.
They'll give it a good old see you, mate. See you next time. Good luck. Good riddance. Goodbye.
Just waiting to see how many you have. Oh, boy. All right, so we're down to 44 players left in this game, and that is, again, not all that unusual. The circle is going to be shrinking down a little bit closer towards log camps, so actually not a lot of
life
and death. Not a whole lot of big loot spots that are going to be available within the smaller circle after a while.
Two teams not inside the zone. We've got 13 and 4. Both will be making their way in. I don't think it's an early indication of Medstrat. None of these teams really go for Medstrat because we're only seeing that from Seal and Fate.
Yeah. I think that might be the last remaining member of Itzio Gaming that got split up earlier on.
Maybe. It could be.
So that might be a Medstrat.
Just pulling off a Medstrat after losing your whole squad very early on is difficult because you don't have the collective force of 4 people to look for meds.
That's true. You have to kind of do the job before at that point.
So you can Medstrat, but you get like 5th. You won't get a second place finish.
Well, to be fair, Ezio did pretty solidly overall, and maybe they're just trying to hang on to that point lead that's not as bad. Honestly, it probably is going to suit you a little bit better than trying to just take out as many individual members if you don't trust the skill level you have.
The best way to play these maps is to ignore the points until the final sets, because right now points don't matter. You tally the points after all 25 games, and that's what matters.
You know what also matters? This is the first time we've seen Fnatic all game long, and all of a sudden they're getting taken out. So looks like the Kiss is actually able to find not 1, not 2, but looking like 3 right now. Fnatic just kind of ran into a death trap. And now Pirate Team, Roger's caught out in the open as well. Here's Just Arm. NF, all of a sudden they're opening fire on multiple fronts, and everybody's dropping. Fnatic having a real hard time, or even Mashiro getting involved in this one.
Yeah, Janflux is the last person coming up for Fnatic. The Dar got dropped, Vorik got dropped, CT got dropped very early on. So Fnatic having a poor performance coming into this map again. That's 2 maps in a row that Fnatic getting knocked out below 5th place.
Dropped out of a moving car too, and that's just got to feel bad.
But lots of fights taking place. We can see Pirate Team's been eliminated by W6D1 R2. Final member of Fnatic has been killed as well.
All right, so let's see.
He's like, going for a siege in towards this cafe.
And now we're going to be in for a pretty big fight. Everybody out in the open. This is one of those big old blitzes that we sometimes see in other regions, not as common in Southeast Asia, but it looks like it's going to result in about 4 or 5 kills picked up across the board. Superman hanging out underneath the hood of the truck that they crashed right into the wall. There's just cars on fire all over the place. This is looking like Mad Max.
Yeah, Mac4, the final player from his squad, left alive.
Oh, Sapu. He's going to get down, going to get dropped. Superman has to be a little bit careful here. He's isolated from the rest of his team.
Yeah, Pirate King being taken down 1 by 1 here. Lion already down, trying to crawl away.
And there's Shibuya as well.
He's
going to get some help up, though.
He's going to get rezzed in time. They have to push now. This is the problem. There's only 1 player left from the Thai team. Why are they not pushing into this compound? Why is Superman still sitting there? He's going to go for the res. That's why.
Yeah.
And Mac might actually get the jump on them.
Nope, Lion. Okay.
Sees Jeff Pro, gets behind a tree.
Okay. So Jeff Pro, he really can't get outside of that tree for fear of actually just getting dropped immediately. Mac4 just has way much more in the way of health bars right now, so he's going to be able to get another res up. So Lion, the crawling away. Pirate King, they actually were able to kind of walk away from this one, licking their wounds, but still living to fight another day. Superman, let's see what he can get done. No, I spoke too soon. CT, almost back from the dead. He takes out Lion.
Yeah, it's not going to be CT that was taken out earlier. He is still alive. I was wrong. I was just lying. Shibuya going to get killed here.
Oh, my
Superman.
goodness. There's blood painted all over the walls at this point. Superman
Sliver of
on
health.
lowest of health bars. Let's see if he can make this one happen right now. Mac4 inside trying to get the outplays, but he gets down. He gets taken down.
That was a nice use of the right shield come out from Mac4. Pulls it out right at the final second before he has to reload, taking some bullets to the shield.
Wow.
But it's not going to be enough.
Still, though, very impressive, though, and it looks like all of a sudden things are starting to shift a little bit. We're down to 25 players now, 2 seconds before the circle gets a little bit smaller once again, and there we go. Now we hit play zone 5. Oh, boy.
Calm before the storm, 20 seconds.
I think we're in the eye of the storm at this point, Fish.
I mean, the zone's closing in here, Pyra, so we should see the fights break out soon.
I think number 1 are looking like the best position team right now. They're pretty much all together. They're able to, for the most part, get within the range that they want to, and they're not the only ones, but still, there's a couple of wild cards left in that CT, fully healed up. We thought he was down and out. Definitely not the case, and now
Truck's
looks
on
like
fire.
6-9, Truck's on fire. Everybody bail out right now. They're going to run straight into the waiting arms of number 1, but the Kiss is already down. Let's see if 6-9 and his team can actually come up with a big play here. Deppy moving around.
NRX pushing forward against number 1. Nemesis last person, no, not last person standing, so quite a few members of number 1 standing. Veta pushing forward, gets knocked down.
Oy.
Zippy holding strong still, Nemesis trying to bounce around.
Freda's still hanging in there even though he's been knocked down as well, so it's just a big fight to see how many people can actually stay standing up and remaining so they can get the rest of their teammates back up on the top. And yeah, this is getting real tense right now.
I think NRX had a player that was meant shredding outside the zone as well. It should be Jay-Z that was doing it, and they're going to lose that fight on the hill. Feta recently brought into number 1. He brought the wow factor to the team. He was the man that could come out clutch when number 1 needed him to. Something that number 1 sorely missed in the last regional clash. In that case, going a little bit too ham. Feta gets knocked down very early on.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there
But
for a team that had a lot of high hopes.
Jay-Z is med stratting, so NRX are not out yet.
No, they're definitely not NRX, another team with a lot of high expectations on their backs too. They're trying to live up to that by at least maintaining a decent position if they're not going to be able to win the whole thing. Remember, it's all down to the points at the end of the day. You don't have to win the round entirely. Nara, though, having a surprisingly good round here off the back of what Khaleesi was able to do with the 3K inside the house. Called an unforced error that allowed it, but as I speak a little too soon, Val's bunny hopping days are over. Gets dropped down. Yeah,
meanwhile, Delusion was doing a pretty good job against number 1 earlier. Almost able to knock down quite a few from W6D1 R2. He's still doing a good job. Vector down. Just Arm's going to run away. That's a couple of free frags going his way. 99 players left here. We can see 5 on the screen at the moment. Nope, that's just 4. It's a random truck moving as well. But Delusion does have his full squad alive. So W6D1 R2, 4 on 5.
Delusion might be going down himself. Unfortunately, he does get dropped to the ground.
Yeah, Kikopagi gets him from outside the play zone.
Yeah, Kikopagi, one of the players, from last member standing the last time around. Remember, it all came down to that big fight over by the research edifice. Majipagi, not going to be so lucky this time around. Going to take it pretty low. Here comes Raynal.
He had to have started healing right away. If not, that's going to kill him anyway. Good grenade. Is it on?
Oh, not quite enough, though, but the vision is still there. Majipagi is kind of pinned down by Raynal at this point.
Keep him pinned. Keep him pinned. The zone's closing in. That damage that Majipagi's taking is going to double in a second. So he just needs to keep him pinned, force him to move. He has the play zone to work with.
Raynal just has to watch his 6 there, make sure he doesn't actually get snuck up on by anybody, but he has his team at his back.
Have been.
Delusion
gets 1 onto Tina Pay.
Delusion's still hanging in here, even though he's low on health bars. Must not have anything to heal up with or not any time to do it. 6 members left, and Just Arm is going to get taken out. NF losing another member.
W6D1 R2 losing so many members there. They had the circle. Now 2 have been knocked down.
Okay.
One's been knocked down, I should say.
Majipagi's still in this one right now. He's actually not going to... He's healed up once again.
It's W6D1 R2 against Will Clubs. Not Will Clubs, sorry. Against Majipagi and Co, I should say.
That's a good team name as well.
And it's NR Warriors that, again, that are holding on to the final cycle. 2 on 4. 2 on 4 still.
Oh, my goodness. This time, this is what's looking like redemption for W6D1 R2. If they can actually make this happen, if they can take out Majipagi and the rest of NR Warriors, they'd be in really good position for game number 2. But will it be another win? Another win picked up here for NR Warriors from the Philippines. See if it happens. Oh!
That's 1.
He's already able to get 1. Waiting around.
Kikopagi's outside the play zone, so is Majipagi. So they have to time their shots in between healing.
Just enough healing. 1 bandage up, the second one's going to go through.
That's just a couple of shots as well. It's not like he was able to do too much. Majipagi goes down, so now it's a 1 on 3. Spots out another member of W6D1 R2. He has to heal. Kikopagi's taking too much damage. He's going to go down, and that's W6D1 R2. They're going to pick up the win in map 2.
Wow, so a really big turnaround for W6D1 R2. So an Indonesian team representing this time. We talked about how the teams were looking a little bit weak, but these were one. So this was the team that certainly looked like they could be a dark horse for you. Outside of Just Call Me, they're really starting to step up now. Of course, it's only game 2.
Yep.
But the fact that they picked up a win is very encouraging.
Yeah, and they pick up a win with 335 points. That's only 20 points behind NR Warriors' finish in map 1.
Look at a really good score, too. 5 frags in that game right now. He's really coming up big. The top frag in the game, as far as I can tell, looks like.
Yep, top fragger in map 2.
Yeah.